bookworms, so today I'm going to be doing a review of Journey to the River Sea by Eva Ibbotson, and I'd probably give this 4 out of 5 stars. Now, I picked this up because my friend kind of saw it and said, oh, I've read that, it's pretty good, like you should give it a go. And I bought it at a charity shop, and I was kind of a bit wary of it because it seemed to be kind of more of a child book rather than a teenage book, so I wasn't expecting it to be that great because I thought it was kind of aimed at kind of 9-year-olds and that sort of audience. But with my friend's recommendation and the pretty cover, yes, I judged the book by its cover, sue me, I decided to give it a go, and I'm actually pretty glad that I did. I actually really liked this book, regardless of the fact that it is obviously aimed for the younger people. I don't know whether you'll be able to see, but the book actually has pretty large print, which just made it easier to read, to be honest. Also, excuse the way I'm sounding right now, I'm suffering from hay fever so badly. I have a bunged up nose, I have a sore throat, and I just feel a bit like poo. This story is basically about a orphan called Maya. This story is about an orphan called Maya who goes to live with her only remaining family that they're aware of up in the Brazilian jungle, and while she's there she becomes close to her governess, and she thinks that the family there is going to be really nice, but they're not, and the only reason she's there is because they need the money that she provides because they're really poor. And the family she stays with hates the environment that they're in, and they're super English. They don't eat any of the native food, they don't let their kids go outside, they kind of stay indoors, kill all the roaches, and just basically shut themselves up in this own bubble of Britishness. While she's there, she meets 2 boys. One is Clove, who's an English actor who's travelling the country, and the other is a native Indian boy. And the story kind of portrays their friendship and the adventures that they go on. And some of the people that she becomes close to is 2 Russian children who she meets through dance lessons, I believe, and they kind of really like Maya but really dislike her twins, as in her twins like the sisters that she has. And it's just a story about friendship, really, and I don't know, it was quite cheerful to read. The main part of the story is the fact that there's an estate back in England, and I'm not sure of the name, I can't find it right now, but that they need an heir to look over the estate after the initial owner has died, and he had 2 sons and a daughter, and both the sons have died, and women are not able to carry on the estate because this is set in the 1920s, I believe, and they didn't think that women were fit for the job. Now, they found out that one of the sons that he didn't like went to Amazon and had a son, and even though the adult, the guy who moved to the Brazilian jungle, was dead, the owner of the estate at the moment, who's like this boy's grandfather, said, we need to find this boy because he needs to look after the estate when I'm gone. And so the main part of the story, I guess, is just searching for this boy to look after the estate, and you quite quickly realise that this kid doesn't want to go back to England. He wants to stay in the Brazilian jungle because that's where he feels at home, that's where he wants to stay, and so he's kind of trying to avoid these 2 people who have been sent to bring him back to England. So that's pretty much the general gist of the story. I wouldn't say it's exceptionally well written, but it's not badly written either. It's not bland, it's enjoyable to read. I just wouldn't put it in my top lists of poetic writings. I just had a flick through the pages and found that the estate is called Westwood, so in case you were wondering, that's the name of it. But I just came across a section that I kind of highlighted in my book. Not actually highlighted, I just kind of made myself recognise that I needed to go back to it. And it says something about the daughter, who's not able to take over the Westwood because she's a girl, has 3 daughters of her own, and she basically says to them, okay, one of you needs to marry the boy that's going to take over Westwood because you need a share of Westwood for the family. And if you kind of work it out, I'm pretty sure they're cousins, which is really creepy, because Joan, the woman who's not able to take over Westwood, and the boy who went, or the man who went to the Brazilian jungle and had a son with a native, were brother and sister. So the Brazilian's son and Joan's daughters are cousins, and so I kind of found it really weird that she's saying, yeah, you need to, like, one of you need to marry him so you get a share of Westwood because they're cousins. And I don't know whether it's because it's the 1920s and it was okay back then, I'm not sure, but I read that and it really threw me a bit because I was a bit like, that's strange, I would never marry my cousin, but I don't know whether that's a sign of the times or what. But yeah, I thought that was worth pointing out. That's pretty much all I have to say about this book, so I will see you guys soon. Bye.